Hey guys, welcome back to my IGTV. Today I'm going to show you how to do a full face using only cream products. That's right, no powders at all to set this makeup. The best part about this look is that very little brushes will be used. All the magic is going to happen with my hands. So Trinny London pretty much changed the game with these babies right here. The entire line is in clickable containers to save space, and you can take it on the go. I customized my stacks today by category, and I'm here for the organization of it all. But today I'm gonna show you how to get this juicy skin and these light, warm, bronzy eyes for spring, so keep watching to learn this look. Starting off with my Trinny London BFF Serum De-Stress in the shade Leslie. So I'm just gonna start off with a little bit on the back of my hands, and I'm gonna start working this in to my skin. The best part about this line is that you can actually use your fingers with every single product. It's actually encouraged. The products just melt into the skin and they're so easy to use. It's a very lightweight product that's great to wear on an everyday basis, but it is still buildable at the same time. So if you need a little bit more coverage in certain areas, you can definitely build it up. So a lot of my focus is definitely going to be on the cheek area where I am a bit more red. So I'm just going back in and being really mindful of my placement. And then I'm gonna use what's left over and then just wrap this around the eye area so that I have a nice clean base and primed eye. It really works to tackle short and long-term effects of cortisol, and the hyaluronic acid helps to keep the skin nice and hydrated and plump. And I know finding the right shades for your skin and for your eyes and concealer can be quite challenging, especially when you're trying to purchase something online, but Trinny London's got you covered. Head on over to their website and use the Match to Me feature. It's a unique online tool developed to ensure that you're never misdiagnosed at the beauty counter ever again. In just 5 clicks, Match to Me finds the makeup that perfectly suits your personal combination of skin, hair, and eyes. It's that simple. For concealer, I'll be using my Trinny London BFF Serum Eye Concealer in the shade Rhianna. So I've just squeezed a small amount right underneath my eyes, and I'm just slowly kind of working this in. It's really cool to the touch just because of the way that the applicator is designed, so I really like to take my time and just relax and work this in because it feels so good underneath the eyes. This product reminds me of an eye serum and a concealer all in one. Just imagine those two having a baby. This is exactly what you're gonna get. It's really lightweight on the under eye area. You can use it in other areas as well, but I love that it helps to kind of de-stress and depuff the under eyes. The peptide activator helps to depuff the under eye area, and it can also reduce red and blue undertones in this area as well. It literally feels like I have nothing on my skin, and I feel like it's unclockable. Like, you can't tell that I have makeup on at all. I'm gonna give it a moment just to set on my skin. So I have broken my stacks down into category. I have one for lip and cheek. I also have an eye stack and a skin stack as well. Because I tend to get more redness on my cheeks, I'm always really insecure about that coming out throughout the day and the foundation wearing off. It's my biggest insecurity. So I'm gonna go in with this product by Trinny London. Very fascinated by it. It's called Just a Touch, and that's literally all I need is just a touch of product. So this is basically a 2-in-1 foundation and concealer. You can use it on so many different areas of the face for so many different things. I'm just using it to basically give me a little bit more coverage right where I want it. I really don't want to cover every inch of my skin. I just want to cover those minor imperfections that I have on my face. And I feel like when I'm working with my celebrity clientele, that's exactly the technique that we try to go for. We just like to use coverage in the right areas, and it just gives you that flawless look without overdoing it. Also have a little pimple right here, so I'm just gonna tap right over this area, and it just melts into the skin like a dream. To bronze my skin, I'm gonna be going in with this Golden Glow Gel Bronzer in the shade Gaia. So I'm just gonna lightly shade my skin with this shade, and it's really easy to use because you can actually go in with your fingers. That is truly the best part about this entire makeup application. I feel like I'm finger painting, it's that easy. So I'm basically just feeling to see where my cheekbones are. You can use the top of your ear as a guide as to where to start the contour, but I'm basically just using this to give my skin a little bit of life, a little bit of color, and this product really melts into the skin. So it's really easy to use. So I'm just gonna kind of drag this in a downward direction a little bit. And then I'm just gonna kind of blend with a clean finger right underneath it, not a clean brush. So if you accidentally shade a little bit too low, you can just go in with another finger and just kind of slide this right underneath just to clean it up. And then just following the perimeter of my hairline. And it has a really beautiful golden undertone to it, so I feel like it really works with the olive undertones in my skin. I also have a little bit of pink in my skin too, and I feel like it works with both of those tones. And same thing here, just following the perimeter of my forehead. You want to be really mindful of your placement. I'm pretty much bringing it halfway down, and you have to take in consideration your face shape. So if you have a smaller forehead, less is more. So that way you can open up the shape of your forehead. And then just blending the sides of the nose. So there are some areas on my face, like the center, that I do want to mattify and blur and also diminish the appearance of pores and fine lines. So I'm going to go in with a product that is such a game changer. So this is a mattifying balm called Face Finish. And you can just keep this in your purse, use it throughout the day when needed. And you basically just want to put a small amount on your fingertip and then blot in the areas where you tend to get oily and shiny throughout the day. It doesn't cake up and it doesn't ball up on the skin. You simply just press it in, let it work its magic, and you don't even need a mirror at all to apply it. It's that easy. So you basically just want to go in any areas that you want to mattify, blur, and smooth out the skin texture. So this is called Lip to Cheek in the shade VeeBee. I'm gonna be using just a drop of this on the tops of my cheeks and also in the center of my lips. And I mean just a drop because I usually don't do a lot of color on my cheeks. I look more of like a bronze look, but I do want a hint of like a pinky bronze glow on the cheeks, and this shade is honestly perfect for that. So basically just going for that barely there blush on the apples. So it's a very long-lasting concentrated pigment that is really lightweight but buildable on the skin, which is great and easy to use. Then for more of a sun-kissed look, I'm just gonna blot a little bit over the bridge of my nose and on the sides. So this is the Brush Tea Kit by Trinny London, and what's so cool about it is that it's magnetic. So out of this stack here, I'm gonna be using the lip brush to contour my lips using the Just a Touch product in the shade Femi. So I really like to contour the lips using a concealer or a foundation, but in this case, you get 2 in 1. So I'm just gonna take a little bit of product, put it on the back of my hand, because a little goes such a long way with this, and we only need a really sheer amount. So I'm just gonna follow the shape of my lips with this brush that has a little bit of product on it, but I am gonna overdraw right in the center. And then using a little bit more product, I'm gonna shade the corners of my lips just to plump up this look. So that way we have nice definition on the lips. And then for the Cupid's bow, I'm just gonna slightly roll the top of my lip down just to make sure that I can create a powderier effect. And this basically just stretches out the skin so I can overdraw with the brush. And then using a little bit more of the shade VeeBee that I used on the cheeks and the lips, I'm just gonna blot this right in the center just to blend these 2 tones together. So moving on to eyes, I'm gonna go from the lip brush to the eye brush and just click that in. I don't wanna take too much away from my skin, so I'm gonna keep the eyes light and bronzy using the shade Queen. This is the Eye to Eye product. And just pressing this on the center of my lids, making sure to get into the inner and outer corner. It's really nice and light and bronzy, and it just gives the eyelids such a nice glow. And you don't have to worry about eyeshadow fallout making any mess all over the skin. And then just using what's on my skin, I'm gonna take the blending brush and just kind of sweep this over my crease, just making sure that this look is seamless, but still really fresh and simple at the same time. I'm gonna take what's left over and just sweep this right underneath the lash line just for a little bit of a bronze glow. And then taking a little bit more product, I'm gonna go back over the eyelid and blend into the crease. Bringing it a little bit higher than the crease just for a bit more definition. And then just making soft strokes back and forth. Okay, so now to do some liner, I'm just gonna switch this out to the liner brush. And then using another eye to eye shade, this is Empress. Really beautiful, deep, bronzy tone with a little glimmer to it. So starting from the outer corner of my eye, I'm basically just gonna bring this in a downward direction. I really feel like you can't mess this up, and that's because the shade is so light and soft. It's just soft all the way to the touch. Even the tone is really soft. The formula is nice and sheer. So this is a great way to get soft definition from a wing liner without it being too intense. So with the point of the brush facing outward, I'm just bringing this down. And then when you get to the inner part, I'm basically just gonna press. I flipped the brush and now I'm pressing, and I'm keeping it really close to my lash line. To even out the wing, I'm basically just going to stamp the brush and then give it a little flick. So this liner might be less forgiving had it been a darker shade, but it's nice and light, so it's really easy to use. So this is the finished look. I love that it's lightweight and breathable on my skin, yet I feel like I have the coverage that I need in all the right places. Let me know in the comments what Trinny London products that you guys are loving from this tutorial, and I'll see you guys soon for more makeup tips.